You know what seems really safe, bro? Really sturdy in a zombie apocalypse? Apartment complexes, right? Don't they seem like they would be a nice place to be if you're not thinking about all the things that can go wrong? Yeah, sounds safe. Till you realize you got 100 neighbors. It's only a couple ways out, and there's nowhere to run. Come here, let's talk about it. First thing we're gonna talk about is you surrounded by people, dog. An apartment complex, come on, man. On an average, what, maybe 50 to 100 something units, and that's not even a really big one. Just imagine, on average, each 2 to 3 people living in each apartment. So that's already what, 150 to 300 people right there. Every apartment is another family, bro. More people equals more panic. Y'all know how it go. You know how it go, man. When somebody panic around you and it's just one person, it's cool. But when it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the crowd panicking, oh, you gonna panic too, bro. Except for me, I don't panic, bro. It's not that I'm special or better than nobody. It's just I don't really panic on this. Well, I can't say it in the zombie apocalypse, but normally I panic. So more people equals more panic, and more panic equals more infected. Because when you panic and you don't think straight, you just running and shit, not looking, bro. Tunnel vision, you might run straight and get tackled by a zombie, you know what I mean? You might clothesline your ass like JBL. Y'all remember JBL with the clothesline from hell? Oh, clothesline from hell! I like that. So pretty much, is if one person get infected in an apartment complex, that changes everything, bro. That changes everything, bro. So if you can keep anybody from getting infected, then maybe. Also, you got limited exits, bro. Let's talk about it. A lot of times, apartment complexes only got one stairwell, or they got like 1 or 2 elevators, bro. Maybe a second emergency exit, but hey, fire exits and stuff like that too. So then elevators, they become useless, bro. Once the power off and everything, elevator ain't nothing but a box to get trapped in, bro. That's all it is. Especially when the power off. You know what go on in elevators, movies and shit like that. You ever seen on horror movies when somebody like they trying to kill you and the knife go through the slit in the elevator, and how many people just died in elevators and stuff like that? Yeah. And if zombies block the stairs, man, it's over with, bro. Heck on one that a lot of people just don't think about. Fire, bro. Any structure can go down in a blaze, and it's more likely that an apartment complex will burn down in a zombie apocalypse than a single house, bro. Why? So many people, bro. So many more chances for somebody to set something on fire. And you know, people, we are stupid. Humans, we are, bro. We are, bro. Then, well, usually they say where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. So we gonna flip it. We gonna say where there's fire, there's smoke, because that smoke gonna spread fast throughout that apartment complex. So now you gotta choose between burning or zombies. I don't know about you, man, but I might take my chance with them zombies, but I ain't trying to burn alive. That ain't my type. That ain't my style. Oh, and guess what, bro? Those utilities will fail. What you think, bro? You think that just because you're in your apartment, ain't the power and all that stuff and the water gonna keep running? It ain't gonna keep running, bro. It's done. Finito. OVA. There's no running water. Toilets gonna stop flushing. No electricity. Like my people, you say electricity. And living there gets disgusting fast. Let me tell you why it get disgusting. Because when the toilets back up and all this and that, man, you gotta pee in the back room. You gotta keep all your piss, all your pee. I'm sorry, I'm from South Carolina, man. We get to talking like that. In your poo poo. Normally I would say shit, but I'm trying to do better, y'all. In a bag and tie it tight and throw it in the back room. Keep it away from you, bro. Cause dysentery, diarrhea, and all this. Yeah, it's gonna get real disgusting, and y'all gonna stink real bad in that box getting cooked. Well, you gonna be cold and stink. Ooh, food run out fast too, because most people don't got food for months. People ain't got food for months. Most people don't even have enough food to make it through the week, bro. I live like minimalistic, because I don't know what. A lot of times, man, if I go grocery shopping, I'm in Bangkok right now, so it's different, bro. I definitely ain't got no food in here, bro. I go get something to eat every day. I order something every day because it's just about the same price or cheaper. But in the US, bro, if I do buy groceries, man, it's always like barely enough to get through the week, bro. Barely enough to get through the week. It's just sometimes it wasn't. Well, sometimes I couldn't afford it because they are. But even when I was in the position to, bro, I'm not spending no extra goddamn money when I ain't got to. So I know it's a lot of people like that. You know, there's a lot of people like that out there. I ain't the only one. I feel like a lot of y'all think like this, just don't say it. But once the food gone, guess what, boy? You gotta leave that building anyway. But what I'm saying is, bro, you gon' I'm not saying that don't leave your building right away, but don't make that apartment your base, is what I'm just saying, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Or I'm gonna tell you something else too. Everybody know you there. Everybody know you there because I know you. You ain't gonna cover. You gonna keep the lights on when the power's still on, ain't you? You gonna do things that you shouldn't be doing because the power will still be on for a couple weeks, maybe a week. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I'm not even an expert on zombie survival, bro. I'm just an expert in how you gonna die. Noise, you gonna be cooking and shit. Kids, you know them kids bad now. They got them bad kids now. Ain't just because the zombie apocalypse happened the next day, them kids ain't gonna change within one day, bro. You gonna have to like do something to make all that noise you be making, bro. You a human, bro. We make noise. And other survivors will eventually figure out people is inside there. It's not the fact that you don't want them to know, but apartment complex is a place that people gonna come loot, bro. That's a great place to loot. Apartment complex is one of the best places you can loot if you ready to fight. But one of this like the biggest one is only take one mistake. Like any base, anywhere you live in a zombie apocalypse, one mistake is all it takes. Like, but in an apartment complex, it's even worse, bro. Because like, just because them folks your neighbors don't mean they your allies, man. A lot of these people live in apartment complex don't even know each other. Them people that down the hill at the backside, you done seen them folks, but you don't know them folks. You don't know them folks like that. Them folks might be sitting there cutting up body parts, bro. They might be cutting up body parts inside their living room. You don't know them. You think you know them. You think you know people. You don't know people because somebody put on a smile. You don't know people. Especially you don't know people under duress. You don't know people when they panic. You only know people in the best moments of their life. Of course they gonna be nice. And some people still eating people when they in the best moment. That's their best moment. It's eating people. So imagine one screaming kid, that little the bad kid I was just telling you about, screaming and not playing, not getting what he want, he hungry, he having a hissy fit. Feed him to the zombies, bro, if you want to survive. I'm just saying. It don't sound bad, but this is a whole different world you trying to live in, bro. The weak will get weeded out, bro. And I'm telling you to do all this stuff. I will be weeded out. I will be. I will be. One infected person hiding the bite, whew, and the whole building becomes compromised. And if we talk about apartments with rooftops and stuff like that, with flat roofs, most apartments where I'm from don't got flat roofs. I'm from South Carolina. I kind of use I use where I'm from, my surroundings and stuff like that, but I also try to cater to everybody else. But if you got one of them flat rooftops, you ain't gonna be able to live on that roof as long as you think you're gonna be able to live on that roof when that sun tan your ass up and it's raining. But apartments are good for certain things. Apartment can be a good place for communities and stuff like that, but I just feel like to make it better, bro, you're gonna have to have more escape routes to get up out of there and everything. And you know what? I'm about to start making videos on how to improve these situations to help you out. You know what I mean? We're gonna be negative, but then we're gonna be positive. And I could be wrong. It's not every apartment complex ain't the same. If you got an apartment with multiple escape routes, you got a lot of supplies, you got very few neighbors, that's a different conversation that's meant to be had. It's a different conversation, but usually in general, apartment buildings aren't the safe haven you think they is. I mean, I don't think you think that anyway, but I'm just telling you, they really a trap. And it's cool, but anywho, no apartment complexes. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like I say, y'all, I'm working really hard on a lot of different things right now, y'all. I'm really slammed, y'all.